Every year I share some of the latest fundraising ideas for that year, and 2024 is no different. In this video, I'm going to share a handful of some of the newest and, in my opinion, most interesting fundraising ideas for nonprofits. And let me know if you try any of these out. Leave comments below the video. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm Amber Melanie Smith. I'm a nonprofit founder, executive director, and social entrepreneur. I make these videos here on YouTube to help people who want to make a difference figure out all the steps to do just that. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos on fundraising if this is a topic that interests you. I cover everything from how to start raising money from zero to donor psychology to all sorts of things, grant writing, etc. So be sure to check out my fundraising playlist if that is a topic that interests you. And also don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. I share social impact tips and sometimes funding opportunities. The link to subscribe is below the video. All right, I'm gonna get into these ideas now, and this is gonna cover in-person fundraising or online fundraising ideas. And it's gonna be based on some of the biggest trends coming out of not just fundraising, but the world. And I think when global trends and nonprofits come together, a lot of cool things can happen. So let's get into this. Trend/fundraising idea number one is eco-friendly product or merchandise sales. Nonprofits love to sell t-shirts, etc., but this has an environmentally friendly twist, which is a really good trend happening right now because we of course want more of that. So how you would do it is, of course, you would partner up with an eco-friendly product brand that ideally has some kind of alignment with your mission. Let's say, for example, that you're an animal rescue nonprofit. Maybe there are some great eco-friendly animal or pet care products that you might hone in on, or a brand that you might hone in on who offers those products. You reach out to them, you see about a partnership, and the idea is that a portion of the sales of that product would go to benefit your nonprofit. And of course, you'd be helping get the word out about these sales too. You could help promote the sales through your social media channels, your email newsletters. If you have events that you're planning in person, you could perhaps even team up and do a pop-up shop and sell them there. The key though is to just be very transparent with your audience and your donors about the percent of sales that's going to actually be supporting your cause, because people want to support your cause, but they want to make sure that they understand how much of the product sales is really helping you out. Number two is a twist on your typical silent auction, and it's a digital art auction. So just like it sounds, you would be in this situation teaming up with digital artists who would agree to donate a piece of digital art for an auction. You can host it on a silent auction website that allows people to place bids for the art until the auction is over, and the top bidder, of course, wins the piece of digital art. There are a lot of platforms out there. I think 32 Auctions is one of them. Some are free, some might cost a little bit of money. So when you're doing your budgeting and your planning for your fundraiser, just be sure to account for those costs. And like the other fundraiser, you could market it through your email newsletter, your social media channels, or even target online art communities who might have a special interest in buying that type of art. Maybe you even find a niche like, I don't know, fantasy artwork or science fiction artwork or something like that that might have a special target audience while also appealing to your own nonprofit's audience too. Number three is very futuristic, and it is virtual reality experiences. I didn't know this, but there are actually companies out there that you can just rent the equipment from for virtual reality experiences, or even who have packages already set up for nonprofit fundraisers. So what you're gonna do is you'll partner with a virtual reality company who already has the equipment. I think that'd probably be easier than trying to hunt down and figure out how to work your own equipment for this. But you'd partner up with them and offer some kind of virtual reality experience, again, that has some kind of tie into your mission. I've seen some examples of like nature conservancy organizations partnering up with virtual reality folks for tours of large and majestic parks and stuff like that. So think about what kind of virtual reality experience might be feasible for your virtual reality company partner that would also tie into the themes of your mission. Because how cool would it be if it were a fundraiser that also educated people about your cause? In terms of where you would actually do this, you could set up virtual events and have people participate virtually, or you could do this in person. You could have an event venue where people actually come and put on the equipment and do it that way, or go to pop-up events where you have maybe a booth at a larger event like a fair or some kind of conference where people can make a donation to participate. Number 4 is project-specific crowdfunding. We all know what crowdfunding is basically. Many donors come together to pool varying amounts of their donations to meet a fundraising goal. But in this case, you're gonna fundraise for a very specific project or need that you've identified for your organization. For example, crowdfund to help us buy this truck to deliver food in the neighborhood, or crowdfund to help us provide 20 animals with, dog training so they can be great pets for their new owners or something like that. But when you get project specific, it really helps create a tangible connection to the mission for your donor. So if you have a specific need that you can price out and really understand how much would it cost us to meet this need, including direct and indirect costs, then make that the goal and the theme of your messaging for your crowdfunding project, and you might have some really good success. In terms of where or how you would do this, there are various crowdfunding platforms out there that you might use. I'll give a shout out to one of my past YouTube sponsors, Rally Up, because I do know that they have a crowdfunding feature on their website as well. Number 5 is interactive online workshops or courses specifically related to your mission or themes as a nonprofit organization. So what you might do is you might find a local expert or a local celebrity, ideally someone that people in your local community or at least your nonprofit's service area, a name that they might know that can be an extra draw for this workshop. And you're gonna want to find a theme that matches your nonprofit's mission or issue area. For example, let's say you are a health and wellness nonprofit, maybe then it would be a course about fitness or nutrition or even cooking. That's just one example. Line these up, and then you would charge a fee or ask for a donation for participation in the workshop or the course online. Find some kind of reliable place to host it. You could always use Zoom or something like that, but there's also other platforms where you could handle some of the registrations, I think, and donations as well for this, as well as host the stream of the workshop and allow for interaction like comments and Q&A and stuff like that. There are lots of options out there. But the idea is you are, just like with the virtual reality idea, hopefully educating your audience while raising money at the same time. Number 6 is business collaboration events. And it is just what it sounds like. You would be teaming up with a business in your community. It could be a restaurant, it could be a shop, it could be a gym, it could be any number of businesses. Again, ideally something that makes sense for your unique mission. And you collaborate with them to develop a campaign for having a certain percent of sales from their space support your cause on a particular day or week or month. And then you'd work with them to promote this donation opportunity to your communities through same channels, email, social media, and hopefully the restaurant, gym, or business would also be promoting to their audience as well. This is helpful public relations for the business that you partner with, especially if your mission has a tie-in to what they do as a business. For example, again, if you're a health and wellness nonprofit, a gym might be a good partner for you. If you are a food insecurity nonprofit, a restaurant might make sense because they have food, and so forth. If you're an animal rescue, a pet supply company might make sense for this. So it's all about finding the right partners in your local community and then working with them to develop a campaign together where a percent of their sales will go to your cause. Number 7 is an idea that I've actually tried before, and it's really fun, but it does take a bit of work up front. So think about if this would be a good return on investment for your organization. If it would, it has the potential to be a long-term source of revenue, and it is a subscription box service. So for example, let's say you are a nonprofit that focuses on children's education. You might put together a cute little box that has something like fun flashcards in it or other educational tools, school supplies, stuff like that. And the recipient would pay for this service and you would ship it to their house maybe once a month or something like that. Like I said, you would need the ability to make sure you could acquire the materials that go in the box affordably, and then you have the logistics and processes in place to be able to ship them out regularly to customers. But if people understand that it's also supporting your cause, they might be willing to pay a higher amount for a subscription box service, knowing that part of it could be a tax-deductible donation and they're getting a benefit as well. Another great effect of this idea is that it keeps people thinking about your cause regularly, because you're going to be thinking of something that you get in the mail once a month. It's going to be top of mind for you. You're going to be reminded of it. So that's a fun idea that could potentially have a good ROI if you have the logistical capacity to pull it off. Number 8 is online gaming tournaments, and you could be thinking, oh, all sorts of games here, from your classic online, chess, to some actual video games out there that are popular with the youngsters these days. So the idea here is that you would have an online tournament set up. You would have your system for working out your brackets and your winners, and perhaps you'd even offer some kind of prize for the winner. But there would be an entry fee to participate. So that's how you would generate some of the funding for the tournament. Potentially, you could also set up an audience donation mechanism, so people could donate to watch, like with streaming. I know that's very popular. Or even to, give like extra points to their favorite participant. Just some ideas that I've seen out there before. So online gaming tournaments is the 8th and final idea on my list, and I'd love to hear what you think. What I really liked about this list based on these trends this year was that it covers a lot of areas. It's diverse enough in the target audience, and there are lots of different ways you could approach each of these ideas. I'd really love to hear what you think. Have you tried any of these ideas before? What are some similar ideas you might have? What did I miss here? So let me know in the comments. If you are starting a nonprofit or trying to develop a fundraising strategy, check out my website, foundertofulltime.com. I have some online courses there for helping people start up a nonprofit and fundraise that might be helpful to you. Also, don't forget my newsletter linked below this video, where I send out latest social impact trends, fundraising, funding opportunities, etc. You don't want to miss that, so you can subscribe in the link below. Final thing, I have a group on Facebook called Change the World or Bust. We have 5,500 plus or some number of people from around the world who are trying to create social change in their own ways, and we're having some great conversations in there, so come on over and join us. That's all I have for you today. I'm Amber Melanie Smith, and I'll see you next time. Bye.